If you ever wanted to look like this Achilles, then this video is for you, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can build that aesthetic V-taper lean muscular physique once and forever. Let's get into it. When a rocket shoots up into space, most of its energy is used getting off the ground, getting out of the Earth's atmosphere, and then once it's in space, it's literally gliding. It's not using any fuel. Building an aesthetic body is the same, and I'll prove it to you. If you have people in your friend circle, in your social group that have that aesthetic muscular physique, and they're having burgers here and there, they're going out for drinks here and there, and you're like, how the hell is that guy doing that? Does that guy look like he's trying really hard to keep that body? A lot of these people, they're just doing it in the easiest way because they've cracked the code. They've reached that critical point, the exit of the Earth's atmosphere. I'm going to call it the exit point. They've reached it, and from there, I swear to God, it's a glide. By the way, I'm not talking about these bodybuilders on stage who are absolutely shredded, maximizing every little muscle that they can get. I'm not talking about those guys, because those absolutely shredded and massively bulky guys, they actually do have a hard time maintaining that. But I'm talking about when you just get this thing once and you just maintain it forever with so much ease. That's what happens when you hit the exit point, which I'm going to show you next. When is it that you actually hit that point of no resistance and everything becomes easy and you have that body forever? It is what I call the 12 to 15% body fat range, and where you've maxed out most of your genetic muscle building potential. So let's break that down. Why is it 12 to 15%? Because I've been as close to 10% body fat. That's not easy to maintain. So you could get it once, you could get it twice, you could get it 3 times. Can you get it forever? Probably not. In fact, most certainly not, because when you get that low in body fat, your testosterone goes down, your stress goes up, you're constantly hungry, you're agitated all the time, you're just being mean to the people around you, and it's not sustainable. When you go below 10%, that's even more the case. When you hit that 12 to 15% sweet spot where your abs are kind of visible, when you breathe, you can sort of see the outline of the abs. Other parts of your body look muscular as well because you're lean enough, but you have enough fat, you have enough leeway for you to eat some of your favorite foods here and there. And that just means you can sustain whatever you have forever. You got there once and you realize it's actually easy to keep this. And it's critically important here that it's the 12 to 15%, because when you're above that 15% body fat, you don't really see the rewards of doing all of these things. You don't see the reward of eating, high protein meals, training 3 times a week. You have muscle, you feel like you're getting stronger, you look like you lift. Okay, great. But you're not getting the feeling, the rewards of like, shit, I look jacked, I look good. That comes in the 12 to 15% body fat. So that exit point is where the reward of looking good and feeling good matches the easiness of sustaining it. That's the magic point where you're like, of course I'm gonna keep this because it's so good. It feels good, it looks good, but it's also easy, and you find that you've exited the atmosphere and you're gliding. Now, the other component I said where you've maxed out most of your genetic potential, we don't have to complicate this, okay? You just need a very effective training routine that's gonna make you consistently stronger over time, progressively overloading with weights and with reps. Without using performance enhancing drugs, all of us have a certain kind of genetic limit to how much muscle we can build, and it's a lot more than you think. And when you are getting close to, 80% of that, 90% of that, then what that means is you're going to have enough muscle for the lower body fat to reveal. So now let's actually go down to what that is. How are you going to get that once and forever? The musculature, but also the leanness. Let's first of all start with the muscle. Now, it's important to understand what an aesthetic body is. What makes you look aesthetic is not this straight parallel line shape of a body. You want that V-taper, and the V-taper causes an illusion where your shoulders look wider than they truly are because your waist is narrower. It's almost like in women, the hips look wider when their waist is narrower. That's the visual illusion that you're going for, and that's what you can reveal not just with leanness, but with the way that you train. So how do you actually build that V-taper aesthetic body? You gotta first of all focus on the upper chest, the upper back, and the shoulders, and also the arms, which are gonna come with it. Second of all, you gotta get strong in the 4 to 10 rep range. This is the critical rep range where you're gonna be able to get stronger and also build muscle size at the same time, what they call muscle hypertrophy. If you want my system that literally just optimized for that, which chooses the right exercises in the right amounts in the right rep range, so you just follow it and you can build an aesthetic body, then you can grab Aesthetic Body Blueprint below. If you didn't want to get my routine and you wanted to build it yourself, just choose exercises like the incline bench, overhead press, chin-ups, pull-ups, things like this that will target those muscle parts. train in the 4 to 10 rep range, get stronger. That's done. How simple is that? It's actually sounding like something you can do once and then figure out, wow, this is something I can stay consistent with, and therefore you can do it forever. That's the whole point. Do things that you can do forever. Next is, of course, the diet. How the hell are we going to get lean enough so that we reveal the muscle, so we don't just impress other dudes in the gym by becoming a power lifter, but actually look good in real life and on the beach and in clothes? Most guys watching this, and I'm going to assume, because I know already, and 92% of the people that watch this are guys, what do you got to do? Eat 1900 to 2300 calories. I've just given you the number. For the guys that are really like thin, you know, smaller, or you're on the older side, you can eat closer to 1900 to 2000. For the guys that are a little bit bigger, you can eat 2200, 2300, maybe 2500 if you're really like a big tall guy and young as well. Now, if you wanted to actually calculate your calorie maintenance via just typing in Google calorie maintenance calculator and do that smart work yourself, of course you should do that. In fact, you definitely should do that. But most people, I've said it before, you're not going to do it. So I'm just telling it to you because I've worked with hundreds of guys and most of them fall in that range, 1900 to 2300. That will put you in what's called a calorie deficit, which is eating less calories than you use in a day. And you do that sustainably over time, and you'll find that you keep getting leaner. And if you do these two things at the same time, you will be able to build that aesthetic body once. And then as you build it once, you're going to realize, hang on, this is just like the training. I can eat like this forever because 2200 calories, 2000 calories, if I split it up in the right way, I can actually do this forever. Therefore, you will be able to keep an aesthetic body forever. The biggest mistake that people make is they build the body that they want once in an unsustainable way. So they only build it once. But if you want to build it once forever, you build it one time in a sustainable way, with a sustainable routine, with a sustainable diet. And because it's sustainable, it keeps going. And therefore, you've built it once forever. That sustainable routine is the aesthetic body blueprint below, 3 times a week. Get it if you don't want to just overcomplicate things. And of course, there's a diet program as well to go along with that, which is again, the easiest, most sustainable way to stay in a deficit as well. Next, how are you actually going to stay consistent with this? How are you going to make this sustainable so that you not only build it once, it becomes forever? And I'm going to give you an acronym here that you can take with me. And I made this, and it's called PTSB. You know what PTSD is, so it'll be easy for you to remember. PTSB is what I call my system for staying consistent. P stands for proximity. When it comes to training and diet, if you find a gym that is super far away, if you have to go shopping that's super far away, find restaurants that are super far away, it takes forever, it's not gonna happen. It doesn't happen with as much consistency as you could have if you go to somewhere that's closer. Take care of proximity. What does that mean? Maybe that means finding easier ways to access the places you need to go, whether it's a gym that's closer to your house or a grocery that's closer by, ordering food, building a home gym, whatever it is, proximity matters. Think about it. What is T? T stands for timing. The timing matters a lot. Everybody that does something consistently has a time attached to the bloody activity. I gym at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and that rarely changes. Very, very rarely changes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do jiu-jitsu at the same time. If you attach a time to a certain activity, you immediately drastically increase your chances of staying consistent with it. Please, please, please nail down a time in your day, in your week, that you're gonna do the gym, the meal prep, whatever it is that you need to do to achieve the things that we just talked about, the calorie deficit and the consistent training and getting stronger. S, what does S stand for? Means speed. What am I referring to when I say speed? Is speed to action and speed to decision making. A lot of the time, one of the things that trips us up is you kind of delay the action of going to the gym. You delay the action of choosing what to eat. You're like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll think about it later. And it never happens. It goes past 2 p.m. You're like, maybe I should train tomorrow. You never really pull the trigger because you didn't take action quick enough. When you meet a girl in the bar and you think she's pretty and you want to go say hi, you don't do it because you're like, maybe that's a boyfriend, and then you never do it. You never talk to her and you're still sitting there super single, right? So don't do that. Take action immediately. That's what you got to do when it comes to going to the gym. One of the things that I do, for instance, when that voice creeps up in my head that's like, oh, maybe I should gym tomorrow, I just go into what I call zombie mode. I shut down my brain, immediately speed to action, start packing my bags, exiting the house, going towards the gym. And the final component that's going to make you more consistent than anyone is B, boundaries. I talk about this a lot. If you cannot set boundaries with friends, family, and other people to protect the things that you've just built, the proximity, the timing, the speed, then you're going to go all over the place. They're going to say, hey, come to a gym on the other side of the city. Hey, let's train at 4 p.m. instead. All of these things that people are going to do, it's going to make you fall off track. Your ability to protect that spot, set the right boundaries so you can actually execute, this is going to make you consistent over time. And with these 4 things, proximity, timing, speed to action, and boundaries, you'll be able to stay consistent with the 2 things that we just talked about, getting stronger in the 4 to 10 rep range, training consistently 3 times, and the calorie deficit to build the aesthetic body and do so once forever. The next thing that is absolutely critical, and it's the difference between people who build it once and keep it forever, is you gotta love having that new body and the benefits of that. And you gotta love that more than the burgers and the pizzas and the crazy processed food. I think everybody that hits that exit point that I talked about, they actually realize, hey, this feels better. And if you've been at both ends of the spectrum like I have, where you're eating crap every day, drinking, smoking, and just letting your body down, feeling heavy, groggy, brain fog permanent, looking bad, kind of ashamed to take your shirt off, to having the body where it's lean, you're active, you have energy, you look good in clothes, you wear whatever, it looks better than it used to, and you just look good on the beach. Like, it's good. It's good, and you have to look forward to it, enjoy it, embrace it. Honestly, that's probably the biggest factor that's going to make you want to keep it. It's what I call the perfect balance. It's so easy to get. It's so easy to keep, and it feels so good to keep it. You see what I mean? Once you have that trio, which is what we just went through, it just becomes effortless, and therefore it is forever. And the final thing that I want to leave you with is, despite all of this, where it feels easy, you've nailed the proximity, the timing, the speed, you've gotten the workouts that are super simple, you've nailed the diet, and you're getting there, you're still gonna get whacked by life. You're gonna get an injury. You're gonna get called to another country. You're gonna have to go to military reserves training. You're gonna have family issues here and there. You're gonna break up. You're gonna do all these things, and it's very important for you not to let these ups and downs throw you off. This is one of the biggest things I've seen take guys off their routine. It's not something technical, like you're not doing this exercise properly or you didn't nail the deficit. It's usually you're doing things, and then you move house, you break up, something, your work, life will do this to you. And it's very important that you don't let that destroy your body and get out of the state that you're in. For this, you need to have a hard line with yourself where you regulate, where you say, hey, it's okay, I go on holiday, I've moved jobs, I've broken up, this happened, that happened. I let my body get to a certain point. But there's a certain point. I don't let my body get past that certain point. You need to have that line where you just go, okay, enough is enough. No more, I'm gonna get back on it. Everybody has that line. But you need that line to shift, and you need to keep that line. And that's what's going to happen as you go on this journey in the ways that we just described, in a way that is consistent, in a way that is sustainable. Because if you do that, then the new body that you build is going to be something that feels sustainable. It's not going to feel like, oh my God, I sprinted to it and I just kind of got it and I'm not sure if I can keep it. This is very, very important. And this is exactly the mindset with which I coach my clients so that they can go from whatever physique that they have, whether it's obese or chubby or skinny fat, to the lean and aesthetic body. I just literally came off a coaching call today with 6 guys that all achieved like 10 kg plus fat loss, and they've all kept it off. And by kept it off, I mean I've been literally coaching them for 6 to 12 months, and they've all just managed to stay there, and there's no crazy fluctuations. And this is what I'm most proud of. I actually get you guys consistent with your training and keep whatever change you made in muscle and in fat loss. And if you want to do that, where you build that aesthetic body that looks good in a way that is forever, you do it once and you feel like you can keep it forever, and you do actually keep it forever, then you can apply to join my coaching program. I'll leave a link for that below. See you next week.